Sawyer, put down your menu. Sawyer.
Weren't she surprised when your son and
She's got a red face right now, so that's all sad.
What's going on? He goes, nothing.
well, we are so proud to
Sawyer,
have
sit
you
down. Sawyer.
as the new and to start a new decade. A new decade. Congratulations.
You look very proudly.
And now you're being filmed.
Oh, no.
So look.
Sir, look. Blue and green. Sir, I bet mommy.
You're losing your crown.
No. I've already, I wear the wrong color. I lose my crown.
You'll figure it out.
Perfect. There you go. Yes.
So tired by the end of the evening. You won't know.
She'll stay red, everything red, and anything with hearts on it.
It's all
Oh yes, and Amanda helped me settle this
There's a lot of work.
Vegas is all. Vegas your brother. We said, congratulations. Me too, I'm
And
glad
Kat sends her congratulations. She's at the stage directing their dress rehearsal tonight.
Congratulations, that's so awesome.
Well, thank you all.
Debbie, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I feel a little overwhelmed and very humbled to be in the grouping with all these ladies. So,
And everything's supposed to be a surprise, but you weren't actually too surprised once you came into the dining room here where you kind of had some suspicion.
I kind of had some suspicions when I saw the rest of my family here and all the ladies in the red, which obviously I wasn't given the hint to wear, but I was told I need to from now on. So,
Well, tell me about yourself and what led you to Loveland, how'd you get to Loveland and so forth.
well, we've lived in Loveland since November of 1985. My husband's job brought us here. He was working in the Kenwood area, but we looked around at all the different places to live, and we chose Loveland because of the sense of community, the small townness, the education. We had a incoming kindergartner and then a 3-year-old. Before that, we lived in Cleveland. Before that, we lived in Virginia, where I taught 3rd grade. My husband graduated from Virginia Military Institute, and I graduated from Virginia Tech. We both grew up in families that traveled around. My dad worked for was in the Air Force and worked for the government, and my father-in-law was career Air Force. So being in Loveland since 1985 is a long time for us, but I spent 28 years teaching at Tender Years Cooperative Preschool that's housed in the Loveland Presbyterian Church. I started out, first my daughter went there, and then I was the 3s teacher once she was in kindergarten, and then I was the 4s teacher. So I retired about 2 years ago, and when my grandchildren moved back to the area from Virginia, they moved from Roanoke to Springboro. And I wanted to spend more time with them, helping out in their schools, and doing things with them and being available. So
Tell me, what is it about Loveland that you particularly like?
when we moved here, it was a very small town. It's grown quite a bit, but it still has that sense of small townness. You're near the big city, Cincinnati. It has a sense of community. I love the education. I love all the people. And teaching at Tender Years Cooperative Preschool, I've met a lot of people within the Loveland community and have kept up those friendships. So my daughter was looking before we got here at some of the Christmas cards I've just gotten from previous students, and she goes, "Oh, you had those children like years ago. I remember when they were little." So just the sense of love and community and
I bet it's fun running into the children around town and their parents.
Oh, I'm running into the children around town. I have a special friend that I always go walking with, and she laughs. If we walk around Loveland, I always run into somebody. When I was teaching, if I ran into any of the children, they would like peek around the corner and go, I think it's Mrs. Murray, but I was in the wrong place, and they couldn't believe that I was like in Kroger's. And how did I get there? Did I really have a car? And so, yes.
Yeah, that age, they're just so curious and still you don't understand about family life and that people are real people. And
Right. Well, they always thought, though it bothered them, they always thought my husband was my dad.
Right.
They go, is he your dad? And he goes, no, I'm Mr. Murray. So,
well, congratulations. Have fun next year, and it'll be fun to see you back in the Loveland schools, I know for sure.
yes.
Because the Valentine ladies go in the Loveland schools, and you're going to be stamping Valentine.
Nice. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. So I have hard acts to follow, I can tell. So
Thank you so much.
you're quite welcome. Thank you.
Perfect. There you go. Yes.
So tired by the end of the week. You won't know.
You'll stay by everything red and anything with hearts on it.
Now we're cooking with gas. Here we are.